Welcome back. It is 6:11 this Monday morning. We say hello to Mike Eppel. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Doing well. I know you had an exciting weekend. Just kidding. We talked over the break and nothing.
Hey.
We did nothing. Nothing
I was just actually thinking. I told you that I bought some shelves.
Yes.
And the backstory to that is, of course, it may or may not indicate that I've purchased something else through various auctions related to. Wait, let me get my finger. There we go.
Oh, your tractor stuff.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. We're looking forward to it. We'll have to see.
Do
wait
not
and see.
tell my wife.
Well, I mean, she's going to see it here, so there's that. Okay. It's all good. Let's talk about the markets, Mike, this morning. What's going on this Monday for you?
Hey, we got a rally underway. It's the new month and a little bit of a different attitude because of developments over the weekend. The Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 single-shot vaccine was approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for emergency use. So that's another one getting into the pipeline. The Biden administration, is still working toward this $1.9 trillion stimulus plan, which got through the Congress. Now it has to make its way through the Senate. May or may not be changed over the next few days here. Nevertheless, there's some economic optimism to start the week. The markets are responding to that, but in a different way. Because last week it was, oh my goodness, the economy is getting better and bond yields have gone up, therefore we must sell stocks. So we saw a bit of a retreat here just over the past week, really, for the equity markets today. Different attitude again, and it's the Get Out and Travel. Yes, we love acronyms. GO.A.T stocks. Get out and travel. Airlines, cruise ship operators, theater companies. AMC's up today. IMAX has done really well recently because in China, there's actually seeing record-breaking theater attendance. Movie theaters in China open for business, and people, again, want to get outside and do stuff.
It's wild. Even if it is open, it's going to take, at least me personally, some time to want to get to that space. But that's just me, maybe.
No, I don't think you're alone in that attitude. It's kind of like, okay, we can, or maybe we can't. But when do you want to?
Exactly. Let's talk about mortgage rates. And we've been watching the real estate industry for some time, and when things are going to change. You have sort of an indicator of when.
Well, they already are starting. The TD is the first off the mark to raise its special benchmark 5-year mortgage rate to 2.25%. It's gone up here because bond yields have gone up in just the past 2 weeks by 50 basis points, and that is a sizable move, Melanie. The bond market is the signal for what we look at borrowing costs, and again, it's an economic indicator about optimism, about the reopening of the economy at some point. So we had talked about how the real estate industry, the real estate trends have been fueled by record low mortgage rates. Might be starting to see the end of that trend. And if borrowing costs start to go up, then you're talking about people actually rushing into the market in the short term to get a deal done, to get a mortgage at a fixed rate 5-year term. And this actually could ignite an even hotter springtime real estate market, if you can believe it. But keep an eye on the mortgage rates at the big banks and how that'll all play out.
Wow. Very quickly, we have to remind our viewers about Rrsp deadline. Contribution deadline.
Today's it for the contribution for the 2020 Rrsp contribution for your tax year 2020. And don't, the banks, I was talking last week to a couple of bank types, and they were saying, they're really busy because people got CERB payments and the CRB and all these other government stimulus supports, and they might see a tax bill from that. It wasn't necessarily clawed back at the source for your tax rate, so people are looking at doing an Rrsp contribution to offset that just a little bit. Okay,
lots to watch there, lots to do as well. Mike Eppel, looking forward to seeing that shelf. Talk to you soon.
Oh, it'll be coming.
Oh, it's going to be good. All right, 6:15 your time on Monday morning. Coming up next, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in the hot seat on American TV. What he had to say about building a relationship with President Joe Biden and his reaction to being pressed about Canada's low vaccination rate. That's next.